Piano Video Lessons Year 1. This is video number 17, and it is Unit 2, Lesson 1. In this lesson, we're going to be learning 2 new notes in the treble clef and also playing a song using those 2 notes. So if you would like to, please come on over to pianovideolessons.com. You can click up here in the information card and also in the video description. So we have already learned 4 notes in the treble clef, and I'm just going to show them to you here as a quick review. So we've learned the note middle C. I'll just draw it here and place a note on it. So there we have middle C. And we've also learned the guide note for treble clef G, which is a landmark note, guide note, on the 2nd line. And we've learned the 2 neighbors of this G. We've learned the neighbor below in this space, which is F, and the neighbor above in this space, which is A. And so if we were to find those on the piano, we would find middle C and F, G, A. Now there are 2 notes in here that we have not covered, and those 2 notes are D and E. So let's find those on the piano, on the keyboard. Let's find those on the staff. So let's find those on the staff. You're going to see here, middle C is on a ledger line, and it's a line note, and we know that notes move line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. So if middle C is a line note, and we want to find D, we need to go up 1 note, and that would put us in a space. So this is D. And if you look at D, you'll see that it's like a little drop hanging from the line. So it's like D dripping like a drop down from the bottom line. D, drip, drop. And then we can go up 1 more note, and up 1 note from D, we find E, which is on a line. So now we have C on a ledger line, D dripping down from the staff, E on the bottom line, F, which is the space below treble G on line 2, and in the space above G we have A. So now we have 6 notes in the treble staff. So let's have a look at our lesson materials. The first thing it says here is that we have these 2 notes missing, and it says to label them on the keyboard chart. So go ahead and write in the answers here, which is to label the note D and the note E on the chart. And then it demonstrates the line space direction that we just discovered here on the piano. Line, space, line, space, line, space, line, and space. And it says circle D on the staff in the image below. So we're going to circle the D right here. That's the new D we just learned. And we know that it looks like a D, like a drip drop hanging down from the staff. And then we can also find the note E here on the staff and circle it. It is the bottom line, and it's 1 note up from D. All right, so the next thing we could do is use our flashcards. I'm going to save that to the end of the lesson, but we've got lots of flashcards that we've already been using for this, but if you are a flashcard kind of person, you can go ahead and dig those out right now. And then we can see that we actually will have all of these notes. We have 3 bass clef notes, 2 middle Cs, and the other 5 treble clef notes. So in all, you will now have 10 flashcards that you can place on your board. So let's flip over and continue on the 2nd page of this lesson. And you'll see here that we have a little writing exercise where you can name each of these notes. So it's focusing in on the 2 new notes that we learned, but it does also include the other treble clef notes that we covered previously. So here we have a note on the bottom line of the staff. What note is on the bottom line? One of the notes we just learned. It's not dripping down, it's on the bottom line. That makes it E. We can play it. And then we have the one here that looks like it's dripping down, so that's D. And then we have the note here on the line, middle C. And then we have the D dripping down, and we have on the bottom line, that's E. Hanging from the bottom line like a drop is D. Back to the bottom line, what note is that? E. On its own ledger line, here we have C. And now we have, on line 2, from our previous lesson, we have treble G, bottom line, E, bottom space, F, 2nd space, above the G line, A. Here's a note we just learned. Can you see it? What's it look like to you? A drop, so it's D. on the bottom line, E, and with a little line going through it, middle C, and then one line below our treble G is the note F. There we have it. All right, so now we have a piece of music, and it's called Catch That Drip. I named it this because of the new note we're learning that looks a bit like a drip. So we're going to, first of all, name all the notes in the song just to make sure we know them. So let's have a look here. Follow along with me. Hanging below the bottom line is D, D, D. On the bottom line is E, E, E. Then we have alternating notes back and forth between those two new ones we learned. D, E, D, E, and then we have C. Next we have on the line, bottom line, E, 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 and then looking like a drop, D, 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 and then back up, E, D, E, D, C. So we can go ahead and clap and count the rhythm on this one now. So we've always been writing in the counting to 4, and we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's the same counting for this one. I'm not going to write this. We're going to clap on each beat and hold for 4. If you need to review your rhythm, you should go back to Unit 1 and check out the rhythm lesson. All right, so let's go ahead and clap and count. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Next line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now what we should do is think about the fingerings that we're going to be using in this piece. So it starts off with finger 2, and it plays that same note 3 times. So we'll have 2, 2, 2. Now we're going to go up a note from D up to E. So we're going to change then to our third finger, and we'll play here 3, 3, 3. And then it comes back to D, and it does this pattern D to E, D to E. So we'll go 2, 3, 2, 3, and then it goes to C. So we'll use our thumb and play C. Let's try the next line. It starts on E. So we were using finger 3 on E, and so here we go. 3, 3, 3, down one note, which is down one finger, 2, 2, 2. Then we go back up, down, 3, 2, 3, 2, and then thumb on C. So we're all set to play this now. We're going to place our finger 2 on D. So here we have 2. We'll place it on D. And we're going to play saying the letter names this time. Let's do it. Here we go. D, 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 hold. E, 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 hold. D, E, D, E, C. 2, 3, 4. E, 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 hold. D, 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 hold. E, D, E, D, C. 2, 3, 4. Great. So we played it and said the letter names. Let's play it again, and this time let's count to 4. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. And you could do it singing the words or saying the rhyme. Here we go. Catch that drip on the staff above middle C. Line note E, space note D, 2 new notes for me. Great. So practice that piece until you can play it on a nice steady beat and your fingers feel coordinated. Hopefully these pieces are moving along at a pace that's comfortable for you, but it's important always to go back and practice all the ones we've learned previously. So let's have a look at our notes at this point on our flashcards, because I did say we would do that at the end. So here I have all of the flashcards that we have covered up until now. So we've got the treble answer board and the bass answer board, and I'm just lining these two up so that the middle C's are one above the other, because obviously they're the same key on the piano. So let's go ahead and place all of our cards, and I'm going to start off with these 2 newest ones that we just learned. So here I have a note that's on the line, the bottom line of treble staff, and I can see it lines up and matches with this E. And now I have a note that is dripping down below the staff, and that note is D. And then I have middle C in the bass clef. And now I have a note in the space, which is below the fourth line. The fourth line was bass F. So this note is in the space here, and it's E. And now I have the note on the fourth line of the bass staff, which is our guide note or landmark note F. Place that right here. And now I have another bass clef note, and it's in the top space. So that's one note higher than F, which makes it G. Next, I have line 2 of treble clef, and that's my landmark note G. And I have 2 notes left. I should have 3. I do. Okay, so this note is a space note above G. We'll put it here. And we have a space note below G. We'll put it here on F. And last of all, I have another ledger line note below the treble staff. That makes it middle C for right hand. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different keys that we can play. So practice those each day and join me for lesson 2, where we'll be playing the treble clef tiptoe and learning to play soft and loud on the piano keys.